Hello, this is Godel, and welcome back to the Islands of Insight static puzzle series. Last time we let off in the middle area of the Vault of the Vitric, and we are just gonna go ahead and finish this area up and then go down into the basement. So, we're starting here with a grid. We've got no 3 in a row, and no longer than what would you even call this? But anyways, looks like it's basically dominoes are single light dots only. So we've got to make all dark regions have area 5. Ooh, I said it. I said it correctly this time. So depending on what we do here, if we do something like putting a dark tile here, we're going to make these 3 have to be light, which would be invalid. So this one's going to be light here. And then we can have a single light tile as well as a domino light tile, but we can't have any other shape, basically. So that's our only shapes we can have, single and domino. So we can't even say, like, we can't even use corner trick here, yeah? Let's see, if we put a dark tile up here, then we're in a pickle because we have a size 4 that can't escape either way, so that one's going to be a light. Now this can escape. This has to escape and then do this. Then we have to block that one. Alright, there's something so far. Can't put one here, we'll get a 3 in a row light tile, so block that. Let's see, if we put one here, we could make it be okay. It would kind of depend on what's happening up here. Maybe let's come back to that in a second. So we need to think about pentominoes. That makes sense here. So if we put a dark tile here, we're going to end up with a light tile here, which would end up with dark tiles here, which would end up with a 3 in a row. So we cannot put a dark tile here. Alright, cool. What are we looking at now? One of these is going to be a domino. And then the other one's not going to be a domino. One of these light tiles, that is. Because we're either going to have to extend it here or here. So one of these is going to be light and the other one's going to be dark. I think it makes more sense to have our dark tile here and have our light tile here, so that this can come up and make like the W pentomino up here, or the M pentomino. I always forget what that one's called. And then down here we have the S pentomino. Nice. Alright, and that was actually our 90th puzzle complete in here. We are now 3 out of 7 Mirabilis. Let's go and finish the last puzzle in the maze over here. I remember it was right over here, so let's figure out how to get in here. That was the last one in here, right? I don't see any others, so I think once we're done with here, we're like done with this puzzle. So no dark domino, so all dark pieces are a 1 by 1. Connect all light cells. And then no, what's it called? 4 in a row. Okay, so this is gonna be, we're kind of gonna have a weird little hallway of diagonal dark pieces, kind of blocking off light 4 in a rows here. So probably something like this, for example. We're going to have the light tile come down through here. We don't want it to go through here. This is a puzzle about kind of the parity of intersections, intersecting diagonal lines, I guess. Which is something I am not great at, admittedly. Let's see if what I've done so far is correct. Yeah, it's correct so far. So, like, for example, we need to think about how we're going to get to this tile. Whoops. This tile here. Let me clear the tooltip box. If we go, like, around... If we put a dark tile here, we have to, like, come around it. And then there's going to be a dark tile here. And kind of making a mess. I don't think that would work, right? So we put a dark tile here. We're going to have to do something like this. And then I think this gap is too big, right? No, I mean, apparently not. Let's keep going with this then. Let's bring this down here and then... Yeah, now there's a problem, see? We've made a gap here that's too wide for the light tiles to traverse. So this one's actually going to be the dark one. So in this corner we're going to want to connect it, and then that probably means down here we're going to have like some kind of barrier between this side of the puzzle, the upper side and the bottom side. So we can probably go ahead and do something like this here. So that's going to cut off there. This is going to cut off here. Cut this one off and cut that off. There we go. So it was kind of like, you can see these diagonal corridors in here. You had to kind of visualize them as you were thinking about the path that the light tiles are going to be taking there between the kind of one side of the puzzle to the other side. Let's get out of here. The exit was over here. This gives me a final chance to run around and make sure I didn't miss any puzzles in here. Alright. Alright, I think that's all of the puzzles in the upper area up here. Since we're going downstairs, I'm going to actually take one of the puzzles that are downstairs. I don't know where that one is. I do believe this one is downstairs, so I'm going to take this one with me. So let's go. So the entrance to the downstairs is down here on this red platform. Here we go. We are now in the basement of the Vault of the Vitric. Well, it's kind of like the bottom floor. There's maybe a deeper basement. Alright, let's get this, let's get this puzzle out of our hand first. So this looks like it's looking towards the... Great Pearl of the Verdant Glen. So that's over there, actually. I'm wondering, actually, is this from upstairs? You know, now that I'm looking at this one might actually be up here. I even see a little, in the left side of this frame, there is a, there's a pillar there that kind of looks like the edge of a maze. Can we get out? There we go. I have escaped the basement. Let's look over here towards... Here's the Great Pearl. You know what? It's actually right here. Yeah, here we go. Where do we have a reference point here? I guess let's line it up with this pillar and the corner of the wall down there. Hello? Am I looking at the wrong pillar? Is there another pillar I can line up with? Oh, not that one. Starts falling to my doom. This one is being a little difficult to line up. There we go. Okay, Let's get a different puzzle that I think is in the basement. Yeah, this one's in the basement, I'm pretty sure. Alright, I'm gonna use my last super jump for the time being. Oh yeah, that's the exit of the basement. Let's go over here to the entrance. Okay, so there's these floating bricks. There's some floating bricks over there. I don't have any super jumps left. Cool. Let's just platform my way up here manually. Alright, so there's some floating bricks here, and it looks like we're looking... this might actually be the corner we're looking towards over here. Grab that hidden archway while I'm here. Level 46, cool beans. Alright, so where are we wanting to stand for this one? Like over here somewhere? This looks like it's it. There we go. Alright, cool. Was there anything else on the bottom of this staircase that I should grab before I... staircase. Bricks. There's a matchbox here. And the pear is over here on the other side. Let's see how we get this one. I'm gonna just grab it while... Can I grab it from here? I can grab it from standing still. I'm not gonna grab it while hovering. Okay, there's a wandering echo over there. There's some hidden rings right there. Alright, let's go grab this wandering echo. Let's get that wandering echo later. It went back upstairs. Alright, I'm gonna grab these hidden rings over here. Let's activate this hidden pentad just so it's gonna be active while we're running around here doing puzzles. Maybe we'll find some of them. Already found the first one. And have I entered a maze here, apparently? Oh, we're back upstairs. Alright, cool. Is that, that wandering echo that I sent up here still around? I didn't hear it return back to its starting point. It usually makes a noise. I have no idea where it is, though. That's kind of the problem with that right now. Okay, let's go back downstairs. I'm just all over the place in this episode so far. Okay. Rolling block puzzles, huh? Not a fan of rolling block puzzles still. This sky drop is not part of the Enclave. The sky drop is from the Verdant Glen, and they're just kind of overreaching and spawning in here when they shouldn't be. Let's do some of these rolling block puzzles. Maybe I'll how should I say? Kind of take turns with them. Alright, so we have 3 places we need to finish the tile, but we also have to fill in all of the tiles to get over there. So this tile needs to go over there, the single tile needs to go over there, and then the 2 tile needs to go over here, and then we're also going to have these little waiting points. Let's see what makes sense as far as, you know, how we're going to navigate these pieces over. So we gotta worry about both rotating the piece the correct number of times so that's lined up correctly, and then also not running over the path of other pieces. So what if we do something like this? We can do something like this from the safety points. Not that that's correct, but it's a thing we can do. Alright, what makes sense? Does it make sense for this to come over here? No, because if we block the path of the other tile, then we're in trouble. So the first thing we need to do in all of them is move them out, and then look at terminal blocking directions. So this is blocked terminally if we don't go down, and then this needs to come out, and this needs to come out. And now we have a couple options here. We can either go up or we can go left. So let's hold off on that one. This one needs to come like this. If we go up, then we block in... Oh, do we block those tiles in? Because this could, like, come around like this, or, you know, something like that, and fill these tiles in, you know? I mean, not that one specifically, but something like that could happen. Let's leave that tile there. Let's see if we can fill this area in with this, if it makes sense to do that. This is not really making any sense like this. Alright, well, we know for here, up to here so far is correct. Now we have to make some big decisions. Let's say, what happens if we go left here? Well, what if we go right here, or up here, I should say? So if we do something like this, can this 2-tile fill this area in and then escape? Not like that, it can't. What about like this, perhaps? So it could escape like that, and then this one can come up like this. So that actually lines things up pretty good for the single tile to come up here. If it goes up, it can come around, clear this, go around and clear that. So that's actually good so far. Let's see if we can roll with that, no pun intended. We need to rotate our block so that this piece can cross paths with the 2x1 tile, but then also this 2x1 we need to have oriented in the correct position. Let's focus on orienting the 2x1 correctly. So if the 2x1 is on this tile standing up, it's not gonna land there correctly. And then we also have to kind of neatly pass it through that tile so that the 1x1 can pass through. Let's see if this lets us finish the route. Oh, this is looking very promising. I think we've done it. Alright, cool. That's great when that just works. Let's do a couple more of these. So again, we have to fill in all of the tiles, but we also have to get them to their exit point. We have this tile over here in the middle of the board for the block to walk through the other block. Looks like we have an issue here because we have to go right. But now we can't get to the left side of the board over here. Can we have our block... Here we go. We can have our block come up there first and then exit the board. Alright, cool. That was a pretty simple one. Same situation here. We have blocks that have to kind of cross over each other's path. Here we're going to have to go like this with this block, then like that. Now we're in a little bit more of, let's think about what our next move is going to be. What if we do something like this? We can just go ahead and not be able to escape, I guess. So this works like that, but then we're actually kind of stuck over here. There's a tile we wouldn't be able to get to down here. What if we go up here first, and then we come here, we cross over there. This tile is kind of like blocking everything we want to do though, so how can we get this oriented the way we want? Does this work? We're tracing the route here. We can go up, then right, down, up, right. Alright, cool. And then these are kind of... Alright, we've done a couple of the rolling block puzzles. Those three over there are kind of similar, and then these... How many is here? These 5 are also a different kind of puzzle, but they're pretty similar. So this has these giant blocks, and then these areas over here that we need to fully stamp in with the block. So we kind of have to do some kind of strategy, like walk in, then walk back out, you know. And I think I'm going to leave that for another episode, since I've already done a few of these. So, you know, it's something like this. We're going to step in, then step out, then rotate our block, step in again. But we'll figure that out in a future episode here. Alright, just because we've already done a few of those, I don't want to spend the whole episode doing just those. Let's go and do this little maze that's floating above our head. There's some puzzles in it. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the puzzles rather than speeding through the maze this time. So we have all dark regions area 2. Okay, so that means we can't have any light single pieces, because if there was a dark single piece, it would turn into a elbow macaroni, which is illegal. So there's that to start. This is going to be a fairly symmetrical grid as well, since everything is symmetrical down the middle. So whatever we do on one side is going to look the exact same on the other side. Will it look exact same on the top? I think it would, actually. So if we do something like this, this is also going to be like that. We're going to have just symmetry everywhere. So that doesn't actually work. So if we look to see how symmetrical the grid is, we need to think about the places where we would need to have dark tiles preventing a 2x2, and I think it works if we do something like this. No, that doesn't work. Something like this works, though. There we go. You kind of had to look at the whole puzzle as like one thing at the same time. Alright, dark regions have area 5. Okay, so on this one, we need to have an odd tile to add to these dominoes. So there's an odd tile here. Then this is going to need to get back to this domino, either through this tile or this tile. But we know that that's going to be self-contained after that gets back in that way. There's definitely going to be a dark tile over here. I think we basically want to try to make as many dark tiles as possible. So let's make all of the single tiles dark. This needs to go to something, and if it goes to this one, we're going to have not enough room for this one, so let's go up here for that one. Now this one can come like that. That one finishes up, and then this one's just blocking the 2x2 at that point. And that finishes up like that. Alright. Am I looking at a hole here? I was like about to fall through this hole. I couldn't tell it was a hole. Oh gosh! I tried to jump over here. I couldn't tell that was a wall either. Jeez, these mazes. Okay. Dark regions have area 3 and don't make any 2x2s. Okay. I think, again, we kind of want to just maximize the number of dark tiles we have. So let's make all of the plan for all of these dark tiles to be area 3. And then... yeah, okay. The puzzle kind of solved itself when I did that. We got another one here. More domino shenanigans? Sure are. Okay, so all dark regions have area 4 this time. So we probably don't want there to be, the single pieces involved here. Unless, hold on. So we need to block those off. Yeah, there's now a problem over here. So we can't make all of this right side to be area 4. So we're not going to do that. And we're instead going to probably have something like a little bit of a brick wall in a way. So we have to stop those two. Stop these. This one's okay, and then put that like that. It's like doesn't look anything like a brick wall, I'm sorry. Okay, this is a hole. This is a hole. Still a hole. That's a wall. Okay, don't jump over there. This kind of goes around the corner here. So let's jump around there. I see some hidden rings over there. I see a hidden archway here. I'm going to tag that one so we don't miss it. Can we get to these hidden rings, or is that from, like, outside of the maze? That might be outside of the maze. Looks like there's a launch pad here. Let's go up. The launch pad actually shot us up 2 floors. So we're now above this hidden archway. I'm going to set a teleport beacon here and fall down into these hidden rings. And then let's warp back up. Anything down here? Oh, I didn't want to actually fall down there, though. I see a hidden pentad over there. Looks like it's on a launch pad that we'll presumably get to, so I'm not gonna go out of my way for it. How do we get into where this hidden archway is? Okay, I think we're gonna have to come from outside the maze here because everything's just blocking inside of the maze over here. So let's continue doing the things inside the maze. All light areas have area 24. How many tiles is this? And then all dark regions have area 2. So basically, we want to put there's 40 tiles total. We're gonna want 16 dark tiles, so we're gonna just need 8 dominoes. And the dominoes cannot be touching. So let's kind of think about that. So if we have 8 dominoes, we could do something like this is 6. But we're gonna need to optimize the placement a little better than that. What if we do something like this? No, that's not good, is it? If we do something like putting dark tiles here, then we like fill in a terribly large amount of the grid. Okay, so we have 6 so far. We can get 2 more dark tiles in here. 1 more. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it actually helps to fill in the whole puzzle and then work backwards through the negative space of the puzzle. Alright, oh my, there's a lot of rules here. Okay, so it's underclued. Don't make a light 2x2, don't make a dark 2x2, connect all dark cells and all light cells. So we know in all dark and light cell connections we have to have no checkerboard and no whatever's on the wall has to like stay on the wall. So if we put a there's a point over here that if we're trying to drag through this, we're gonna have an issue. So if we had like a light tile here and here, for example, we're also going to have light tiles through this corner, which is going to be problematic. It would force a 2x2 in this corner. So we cannot have this. We cannot have this corner be both fully dark and fully light. So we cannot say like this is dark and dark. We can't say this is light and light over here. So we need to figure out how we ride around on this corner without breaking things in this actual corner. So this corner is going to kind of be where we have issues here if we don't do it correctly. Wasn't the greatest of explanations, but gonna roll with it. So let's see, how can we connect? What can we say about this corner? If we have a dark tile here, if we have a dark tile here, here, or here, then all of these need to be light tiles. But if we have a light tile here, here, or here, then all of these need to be dark tiles. Does this count as one tile or two tiles? There's a tile remaining -2. Okay, so we're gonna almost be doing this whole puzzle here. Let me think. I feel like I need to just get started here. So let's see if we put a light tile here. We need a dark tile here. Doesn't really help me that much. Okay, well, if we put a dark tile up here, it's a problem. So this one would need to be light. And I don't really feel like I can go any further with that. So if we put a light tile here, we have to put a dark tile there. Light, dark. So no matter what, if we put a dark tile here and here, the only situation we can have where we have a light tile here is if we have a dark tile here and here. Because if we have a light tile here or here, then it's a problem. However, if we put a light tile here, we have to put a dark tile both of these places, and now we cannot wrap around the corner of the grid. And yeah, that's a problem. Oh, hold on. I actually just saw something. We can't wrap around the corner of this grid either. So that means we're gonna have to have a dark tile over here along this wall. And then that means the dark tile cannot extend any further, so we're gonna have to wrap around like this. There we go. We figured it out. Okay, and then the rest, filling it in, is just as simple as making sure we do not hit any 2x2s, and then these corners here are ambiguous because they can be either the dark or the light tile, per the underclued rule. Alright, that was a neat puzzle once you saw the trick. I didn't see that bottom right corner, so that's why it took so long. Alright, how do we get out of this maze here? I think we're gonna need to drop down into the lower level from one of these holes, because I don't see anywhere to proceed. But I'm not seeing any holes in the walls here. There's a hidden pentad over here. Just gonna try to mark it up and then not forget about it. Actually, let me just go down here and grab it right now. Oh, wait a second. I expected to fall out of the maze there. Okay, got the hidden pentad, and then I'm gonna teleport back up here. Is there like no actual way to get through this maze? Oh, here's a hole. Okay. There's a hidden pentad right there. The hidden pentad's now going to be shrinking down because we have found 4 out of 5. So it looks like the last one's going to be up there somewhere, based on how the bubble is currently shrinking. Okay, let's grab this hidden archway. There's a little corridor down here that leads down into the true basement. We'll go in the true basement a little later. Wow, okay. A lot of stuff happening here. Connect all dark cells. This is Nurikabe, but we have dominoes in here as well. So no dark 2x2s. One symbol per light area, so gotta avoid connecting those. Avoid those. Let's see. We need to get 3 more tiles here. Ooh, we cannot pick up this tile though. So this one has to be dark actually. We can't go all the way here. Because that would block this in. So the 4 could come up in here. If the 4 came up in here, the dark would have to go in here, and then the 6 would have to fill in this whole area. The 7 has to come at least here. Let's see. Alright, that had to come at least there. We can't put a light tile here. It would block in some dark cells, so that one's going to come up like that. We need at least 1 light tile in there to block a 2x2. Well, I think we need to think about the negative space that we need to fill in with dark tiles that cannot be a 2x2. So, for example, this space right here, if we just filled this all in with dark tiles, it's going to be a problem unless we have one or both of these having light tiles. Or one of them having light tiles and going all the way to this point. But it can't be both, so either both of them need to be a light tile, or... Let me see, if both of them were a light tile, this one would be 3, and it would need 2 more. So it could come down here. So it could be something like this. Now this needs to go through there and it blocks the 6, so that's not going to work. So this one cannot be, it can't be this shape. But it could be... Could it be this shape? So this one doesn't come up here. This one kind of stays secluded up there like that. We need to block the 2x2 there. Which I didn't mean to misclick, it just happened. Fill in this 7. This is so far so good. So this needs to come out here. Does this need to escape here? Not sure yet. This probably goes something like this. Now that 6 can't grow big enough, though. Let's see how far back I messed up. Really? That was how far back I messed up? It's kind of a surprise. So everything up to here was okay so far. So the 7, it has enough room. Whoops. I just misclicked all the wrong colors there. So I think our problem before is that we suffocated this 6 without having enough room for it to grow out, and now we have resolved that. And we have this path that goes through here, around there. Grab these hidden rings. Did I get them all? Nope, I missed one. Okay. Warp back up. Any more hidden rings just like inside of the maze? I don't want to miss those and be looking for them later on. Okay. Good. I think we've done everything on the maze. Let's go... Let's see, we have a couple different routes to go. This one just kind of goes up. Oh, nope, found more puzzles on the maze. Alright, so now we have dominoes with viewpoints. To what do I owe this pleasure? Connect all light cells. All of these dominoes are arranged such that if we put one tile, it's going to basically block out all the other tiles around. So this 4... Nothing, the 3 and the only thing that can go to another area would be like the 4, right? So these 4s could connect. But then they would have to be closed off like this, and then it would seal this off. This one would have to, it would need to escape from here, so probably like that. I'm just, like, completely making this up as I go. Did I do it? I did it on accident. I didn't really even think about that. I just started doodling. Apologies. There will not be an explanation for that one, besides I doodled too good. Alright then. Let's go and... Where does this take me? Does it just bash my head against the floor? Kind of. This is our last hidden pentad is right here on this rock for us. Thank you. Alright, one more puzzle. Kinda tired of the domino puzzles, not gonna lie. So all dark areas have... I did it again. All dark regions have area 5, so this one's got to be light to start. We don't need to... We don't need to do anything special with the number of tiles or connecting tiles, but we do need to make sure we don't have any light 2x2s. So we're going to want to probably put a dark tile here and then wrap that around like that. Seems good to me. Alright, any move here force a 2x2? So if we put a light tile here, we need a dark tile here, and then we can't grow it anymore, so this one's going to be a dark. Then this one has to be light, because it would make it too big if it was dark. This one has to come up here. That one has to be dark. This has to come at least over there. We have to prevent a light a dark 2x2, a light 2x2 up here somehow. So I think we're going to have to do something like this at minimum. Probably want to do this just because of space constraints here. And then block the last 2x2 with that piece. Okay. Again, for that puzzle, I was just thinking about the negative 2x2s that would be caused if I left it. See a little hidden rings over here. Let's go grab those. Alright, these hidden rings are a little bit finicky, so make sure you fly through them once or twice to make sure you clean them all up. Around the edge of the base of the pyramid here, we have a bunch of puzzles as well, so that's fun stuff to look forward to. Let me get these sky drops out of here. The sky drops, again, are not part of the enclave. They're just clipping in from the outside of the enclave. Okay. Let's go back on top of the maze, because we didn't really finish the maze yet, did we? There's this wandering echo, which I have started on accident. Let's go handle that wandering echo. Is there anything else here? No, this rock is like the top of, is the bottom of the area above. How do we get out of here? There is this room here that we haven't been into yet. How do we get into there? I think this launch pad here takes us up there. Yeah, here we go. I'm glad to be done with all those domino puzzles. Okay, so I think I remember this one. This is actually one that's like kind of notorious on the Reddit, in that you basically have to follow the path of the dark tiles, and whenever it hits a domino, you have to turn and follow that one. So you see here, there's a domino and it turns, and then there's a domino, domino, and we're just gonna follow that. So here's a domino, so it turns, then it turns this way, then it goes up, and we're going this way, now we're going down. I think we just go over, right? Yeah, I think we go over the tile. We turn here, turn here, turn here, turn. I don't think that's correct. I think I have done a turning wrong somewhere. Oh, here. I actually went through the tile instead of turning again, so we turn back up. And then we get to the exit. I think we just fill in the rest with light tiles. Yeah, there we go. That's a really weird one. Again, it's not really so much as a pattern as a really weird rule. Alright. And we are done with the major maze down here. One of the major mazes. I'm going to grab that wandering echo now. Me not remembering how to get to the wandering echo. Hold up. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna put a teleport beacon here just in case we mess it up. So I saw it goes into this maze over here, which is kind of like the entry maze. But we can kind of like get it from the floor. And from there, it looks like it just kind of went straight up. So let's try to hurry up there and see if we can see where it went. I'm gonna go out the entrance instead of going to the exit. Oh, and it warped back already. Wow, that's fast. Okay, that's crazy. We're going to need to be a lot more quick to get out of here then. Where's an exit? So there's an exit. Let's follow this one and see if this is fast enough. So it goes down here. Here it is. Now it goes straight up. Let's do a mega jump to get up here quickly. Alright, there it is. That wasn't too bad. Let's warp back downstairs. And then, let me look at how much time we're on so far. 50 minutes? Alright. Let's do a... Let's start clearing up these puzzles that are on the lip of the pyramid over here. We could also go down and go into the true basement, but I don't think I want to go down there yet. So we're gonna probably hit that up later. Hit an archway I missed here. Hello. Let me in! I had to crouch to get into the hidden archway, that's funny. Let's go hit up some puzzles that are on the ledge over here. Oh. Oh my. Okay. Let's not start with that one, since we probably won't have enough time to finish it. Let's do one of these 2 stars. We should have enough time to do 1 or 2 of those. Alright, what's going on here? So, no dark dominoes. And we need to have 1 symbol per light area. So for this one, we're basically going to need to think, where can a tile reach? And then kind of block any tile from getting to another tile. But we're also going to have, like, basically all of the space is going to be very tightly packed up here. So we don't want, like, we don't want to waste space. So let's look at this tile down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the only tile that, or this 7 can only reach this tile. If we go around the left side over here, then something else needs to come around the right side to reach the dark tile that would be here. This 5 could reach it. Then there would also be a dark tile over here. And a dark tile here, so something would need to reach over here. This 5 could reach that. But then something would need to reach the dark tile over here. This 5 could reach that. So let's just do, for instance, this, right? So this tile needs to go to that 5. Then this 5 needs to come to those tiles. Then this 5 needs to go up here. Something needs to come to those. Something needs to come to those. To those. Okay, and now we can pause here, because that's a lot of stuff we just did. This 7 goes there, so this 5 needs to go this way. That 5 has to go like that. So either the 7... If this goes up to the 7, then this 5 has to go here, but it blocks in this 5. So this 5 is going to be there. That 5 is going to go there. And this 7 is going to reach to that corner. Yeah, alright, cool. It was all a key of testing, like, if we had gone the other way around here, we would have this issue, right? This can't reach anything that's a big enough number to reach it. And if we had said this is a dark tile, then, like, okay, well, now what are we going to do? Because this has to go to something. So it has to go to the 7, but then this also has to go to something and it can't reach anything. So that was the starting point down here. Alright. See if we can't tackle a couple more of these up here. I actually just saw one down there on the floor. I might go down there and make sure I didn't miss any down here. Whoops. Alright, let's grab this one. Actually, I don't want to do that one right now. I just saw all the rules and I'm like, Alright, let's do this one. Seems to be the only one that's down here on the ground. We have to connect all dark cells as a snake and do the what's it called? We have to do the area numbers as well. So we already have one of the tails of the snake up here. And we do not want to close in the snake. Sorry about that. My dog decided to start barking. Okay. So we don't know where the second end of the tail is yet, but we do know that it has to come down here somewhere. So the tail's probably not going to be like in some random place, and we also need to make sure we don't make any more than 2 new tails. So when we make a tail, we can only make 1 tail. So for example, if we put a light tile in this spot, we'd have a new tail here and a new tail here. So since we know that's illegal, we're not going to do that. So, okay, so if we do this 2 to go down here, well, if we go this 2 to the left, I think we make a snake trap over here if we go down, because we have a new tail, and then this is now a 2x2, so it's basically a tail. So this 2 has to go like that. What's gonna make sense for... snake over here? Let's see. Well, we don't want to make any 2x2s. Before I do too much more up here, though, let me just kind of go in and fill in the kind of obvious tiles that I should have filled in already. So, like, for example, I have some dark tiles that can go down here. Still don't really know where our snake tail is going to be yet, so we almost have to assume that like any of these can be a snake tail, except we can't make 2 new tails, so we have to go like put a block there to prevent 2 new tails. This 3 has to come at least this way. Because if we put a 2 here, it would actually be okay. It would have a new tail here at the end. But it could also not be the tail at all. So... let's see... just trying to visualize the path of the snake. So we have this kind of big 13 up here. I think the snake is going to kind of wrap around and come up here, go back down through this side, and then kind of wrap around down here and then come back up into the 13 area to finish off. So that's where I think the tail is going to be. Let's see. This is a double tail, so let's not have a double tail. This would now be a double tail, so let's do this instead. This would be a double tail. That would be a double tail. This would be a single tail. This would be a single tail. Okay, so it looks like we found the tail of the snake. The tail of the snake is down here by this too, because both of these moves turn it into a tail. And it's going to come in from this way. So we know everywhere else now is not a tail, and we have to stop any snake traps that would be otherwise blocking it in. So where do we have snake traps? This has to come through here, this has to come through here. This would be a snake trap. These would be snake traps. Alright, there we go. We now know where our tail is over here. How do we do with this 13 here in the way? We know that we have to go up here, so let's draw that path. And then do this. Fill in, whoops. Uh-oh. What did I do? There we go. I just counted that 6 incorrectly. Have the snake go around here. Alright. So this probably needs to connect to this one. If we just connect it straight across here, is this 13 tiles left up here? That is 13. Alright, cool. This needs to just go around there then, and we're all done. Alright, very cool. I like snake puzzles. Alright, just looking at the time, it looks like we are reaching the wrapping up point for this episode, unless this looks like a really quick puzzle. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. We would do... We have to separate these areas by dominoes only. And I've messed it up, but, you know, it's gonna look like something like this. It's just gonna be, you know, correct. So yeah. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for this episode. Thanks for watching. Next time we're gonna finish... Oh, well, we're probably not gonna finish anything, let's be honest. Next time we'll hit up a few more of these rolling block puzzles. And then... we might do some of these harder puzzles that are up here on the edge of the pyramid, and then we might even look into going down there into the true basement of the vault. But until then, I will see you then.